Welcome back. This is part 9, the silk stocking murder, third case at the homicide desk. We're going to start out with a cutscene that we missed from the end of the last one. It's one of our war flashbacks.
Okay. Does the title imply that the victim won't be completely nude and mutilated?
Well, I guess you'll have to watch to find out, huh?
Okay, that would just be a refreshing change of pace, is all I'm saying.
Wouldn't it, though?
Yes.
We captured 2 regular army. Lieutenant! Belt, we've been over this. That sniper barely missed you back on the beach. Until the mission is over, there'll be no more saluting or signs of rank. I'm in charge here, Medier. Do you wish to interrogate the prisoners?
No, they're beat. Why they look so sullen? We're wondering why we haven't killed them yet. There is no greater shame than being taken prisoner.
Yet this golden boy actually seems to know what he's doing. See that, boys? He slapped that Jap right upside the head.
It was merely to remind him of his place. His shame was the tone of voice that he used with a superior. I respect the Japanese, Corporal.
Respect, we're here to kill the sons of bitches.
Do you know why we are fighting the Japanese, Private?
With respect, sir, these bastards attacked Pearl Harbor.
And why did they attack Pearl, Private?
Because they hate the US of A and our way of life.
They attacked the U.S. because we cut off their oil. What would we do if another country denied us the gas to run our cars?
Well, geopolitical
Topical.
subtlety.
Yeah.
Ah, Phelps. I was just discussing with Finbar here how well you were doing. Have a seat.
Yeah, my real name. And you can just forget all about it.
You boys have a new case. A poor Hispanic woman murdered near City Hall and left lying naked in an alleyway.
Another naked woman, sir?
Yes. We seem to have had quite a run of them since the Dahlia fiend first struck.
Phelps is politely trying to hint that he thinks the Mendez case is hokey.
Well, young Phelps, you win some and you lose some in police work.
You're happy with the Mueller case, sir?
Over the moon, boys! The DA couldn't be more pleased with the evidence, the witness, and the lack of an alibi. Now, get out there and catch me another sinner.
Told you Rusty had to be a nickname.
Yep. Finbar. I know a Finbar, actually.
Really?
Yeah. He goes by Barry.
I would.
KTI Radio reminds you...
You have the address?
It's the alley off Elisa between Los Angeles and Alameda.
You're kidding. The next one will be opposite Central Station.
Count yourself lucky, Phelps. Most guys would kill to land a case so close to their base.
Yeah, it means they can pop in to hit the office supply of hooch whenever they need it.
You know, that ain't a bad idea. That is not a bad idea at all.
This officer needs help. Bank of America, 7th and Olive. Officer needs help. Bank of America, 7th and Olive, at 211 in progress and shots fired. Unit to handle code 3 identified.
Straight ahead.
Also, it's another naked woman. So I don't know what's up with the title. I feel misled.
Well, every title so far has been about a accessory. So
I
lipstick,
know.
We survive this. It's gonna be a miracle.
Detectives, they're ready to start the show. I'll take you through.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Brothers, Pinker?
Cause of death is pretty apparent. We thought we'd best wait for you. When you're ready.
Lacerations on the neck would indicate a great deal of force.
years old. But why the library card? Did he want us to find it?
Kiss the blood. BD.
Black Dahlia.
Or someone who wants us to think it is.
Another wedding ring torn from the finger. No skin under the fingernails. The evidence in the Mueller case was solid. I'm not convinced about Mendez.
Best way to get away with murder is to pin it on somebody else. I'll bet a month's salary this is a copycat.
Strangled, battered,
Yeah. We know the MO. So does every jerk who kills his wife and girlfriend looking for a way out. I've spoken to Brown. He still believes the Dahlia perp has medical experience.
4 women, all murdered, all put on display, all with messages.
Mueller had no message. Look, Phelps, this is getting us nowhere.
Anything for us to go on, Mal?
Head injuries from contact with road, bruising from a small man's shoe, further blunt force trauma to the occipital region at the base of the skull. Could have been fatal, but clear signs of strangulation would seem to rule it out.
Lipstick appears to be a similar color to the other cases. I'll see if I can nail down a brand.
All right. We are picking up past threads. Was the Mueller case the red lipstick one or the one after it?
The golden butterfly one?
Yeah, that was the Mueller.
I can't keep the names straight.
Okay.
If she took a blow to the head like the others, she was probably unconscious when strangled.
That would be our silk stocking, I assume.
Potentially.
Huh. So the similarities to the red lipstick murder is there is that one piece of
May as well follow the trail.
identifiable evidence that appears to have just been deliberately left. Like, why would she be holding her library card in that kind of situation?
I think that's the point they were making, is that the red lipstick case felt like there was something at play. The golden butterfly one tied up pretty well.
Same as the library card.
Yeah, it's like the killer wanted to make sure the police knew her first name. He tore off the bit with the last name in it.
Henry and Mendez were the two names in the red lipstick murder.
Okay. Right, Celine Henry. So Mueller must have been the second one.
Proximity to the scene, plus the bloodstains. No way is this coincidence.
Wow. There's a lot of blood everywhere.
On it goes.
Oh, you changed suits again. Oh no, that was Rusty. Okay. Everyone wears identical suits and hats except for the color, and I can't tell them apart
Kept
from
the area
behind.
pristine for you boys. Let's check it out.
Oh, I thought it might be Oxidol.
Nope. Mozkill. There's plenty of that to go around, too.
That was shiny.
House keys strung up like bait on a hook.
What? This is genuinely mysterious, and I'm impressed.
Probably all the way to City Hall, that brazen son of a bitch.
Yeah, I think the golden butterfly case, the one that we just did, didn't have the same level of intrigue.
No, not at all.
It's got to be a code or a cipher.
But the red lipstick sort of did.
No, the red
Remember
lipstick...
we were suspicious of the barkeep in
Oh,
that
yeah.
one.
And I'm really impressed with how much of a sense of sort of dread and creepiness they are creating in a police-occupied alley in the middle of the afternoon. Like, they are doing a great job with the atmosphere right now.
Where are you taking us?
Probably because I guess we get the sense of there's really... the killer is playing with the police here.
Yeah, exactly. More so than in the red lipstick case.
Yep.
So do you think there's one killer across all three and he just didn't do as much playing in the second one, or do you think the second one's unrelated, or do you think all three are unrelated?
I still think that the second one was the husband.
But this has...
this feels like the first one, and I don't know whether they're planning to actually connect it to the historical Black Dahlia or not.
Right.
But I would definitely say this and the red lipstick case are connected. What is that chime that they keep trying to...
I don't know. I think it was the hammer. I finally got around to pick it up.
What? This is weird.
Empty. Where is all of this meant to be taking us?
This is really weird.
Clearly wants us to find these things. He's left them for us. There you go, Phelps. You got a new M.O. I told you it wasn't my guy. Or he might just be getting more confident.
Certainly is acting like he's getting more confident.
Yeah. Well, and why shouldn't he after we got Mendez? What I want to know is all this blood from the same victim?
Enameled and gold-plated. This was precious to her.
Ooh.
Trail points up.
So do you think that the victim is leaving these items for us as she fights for her life and tries to escape, or...?
No. It's way too neat.
It's staged?
Yeah.
Pulled from the finger and hung up here. What's the significance?
I mean, because if the victim had been coming in the opposite direction, jumping down off the roof, you wouldn't get that splatter on the side of the wall she wouldn't even touch.
Yeah.
This feels like almost an entirely different sort of game. Like, it no longer feels like a standard police procedural, but like a thriller.
Yeah, or a mystery novel.
Yeah.
Looks as though the killer was decorating with this.
Oh, gosh.
Son of a bitch wants her identified. Mrs. Antonia Maldonado, 712 North Hill Street, downtown.
Excellent use of fade out there. That would have been annoying.
Yes. Huh. Nothing in there to help identify the killer, though. Just all items of the victims.
Yeah, it's not like it's a message. It's more like it's just him playing with us.
Yeah.
It was Mrs. Maldonado, right?
That's affirmative.
All right, so then there's a husband we should be looking for. Get him? We've closed
No,
the case.
Rusty.
Rusty's razor, of course. I don't want to question your tried and tested techniques, Detective Galloway. But doesn't the DA require sound casework before he'll close the book?
Not if he's got a confession. And... Whoa there!
Does putting on the siren...
I'm sure.
Okay.
Yeah, cars pull out of the way.
Spies more curious whether it stopped the conversation or not. Wow, you were saved from hitting that guy by the arrival of the cutscene.
Yeah, you like how I pulled into the driveway slow and evenly?
Oh yeah, that's great.
Just a moment. I'm sorry. Can I help you?
LAPD, ma'am. Detective Phelps and Galloway. Does Mrs. Maldonado live here?
Yes, she does. I'm Mrs. Barbara LaPenta, the owner of this boarding house. Is there a problem?
I'm afraid so, ma'am. Do you mind if we come in? Is there somewhere we can discuss this?
Of course. Follow me through to the parlor. Wipe your feet as you come in, detectives.
Or don't.
Mrs. Maldonado was found dead this morning.
Dead? Oh, no. She can't be.
I'm afraid she was murdered, ma'am. We need to take a look at her things.
I can't believe it. A person seems so alive, and then they're gone.
It's true.
Yeah. Profound.
Antonia's room is upstairs, last door on the left.
Thank you. We'll be back shortly.
Roaring fire in the middle of the afternoon.
Excuse us a moment, ma'am.
And no indoor lights.
There are lights, and some of them are on. In fact, there's a ceiling lamp that's not on.
Just a little dim.
Cole Phelps and the mystery of the corner.
This place looks tossed.
Will you look at that? Someone's turned the place over.
Okay, we have an address.
So, sounds like she was trying to divorce her husband, which would also explain why she's in a boarding house.
Mm-hmm. Although, how long was she living at this boarding house such that her library card listed it as her address?
Huh. Dunno.
Maybe she's newly into reading.
Charm bracelet wasn't among the crime scene evidence.
Huh. That would suggest it might have been her husband, or at least whoever gave her the bracelet.
A smashed window explains why the place looks tossed.
Is that a pipe?
Looks like, yeah.
You know how I feel about windows, Phelps.
I don't get it.
Thank you, Finbar.
We have some questions, ma'am, if you're up to it.
Yes, detective. I'll do my best.
Do you have any idea who might have wanted to hurt Mrs. Maldonado?
That rat of her husband, Angel. She was serving him divorce papers.
If I killed every wife that served me papers, I'd be a mass murderer.
Are you being flippant, young man?
No, ma'am.
I love it.
Everything, you know, what does sort of make sense.
She married him when she was 17. He was cruel to her, very cruel. She was a good girl, little on the religious side, but a good girl.
What time did Antonia go out yesterday?
She left around 9.
Do you know where she went?
No, I have no idea.
Bet it's that
she was
bar.
a good girl, but she didn't confide in me.
Which bar?
The tiki bar.
Baron's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not Baron's. The other one.
A nosy old hag like you knows everything about the people who live under her roof. Where'd
Wonderful,
she go?
Cole. Thank you.
I think she went to a bar.
She did go to a bar, though. You're right.
This bar have a name?
El Dorado Bar. It's a Latino place
So that's
on North Los Angeles
different
Street.
bar.
That's only a couple of blocks from where we found the body.
You've had a break-in?
No, that can't be true.
You're being economical with the truth, Mrs. LaPenty. What do you have to hide?
I have no idea what you are talking about.
Proof. There's a break-in.
So Antonia lost her keys
Someone
and used the
broke
iron bar to
in.
jimmy the back window?
I heard a noise in the early hours of the morning. I thought it might be a raccoon at the milk bottles. It'd be very bad for business if this news got out. I have a reputation to protect.
Antonia and her husband were estranged?
Yes. She moved here after she separated from her husband 2 months ago.
But Antonia still wore a wedding ring?
She wore the wedding ring and a necklace. She always wore a religious necklace. That's
Didn't
about
see
all
that.
the jewelry.
What about her bracelet?
I don't know anything about a bracelet.
I mean, we don't actually know that she continued wearing it after her
In
wedding.
her wedding photo, she's displaying a charm bracelet.
That thing? She never wore it. He gave it to her. She always kept it in that wooden jewelry box.
Thanks, ma'am. You've been very helpful.
Pay a call to that husband of hers. Lock him up and throw away the
Nice lady.
Yeah, once again, though, the
We can either
truth,
front
doubt,
James
lie doesn't quite
fingers-
work.
Fingers pointing right at him, or we could check out the Eldorado bar.
Like, it's not that she lied about whether she wore the bracelet.
Yep, that's true.
So it just...
I'm trying to find that wooden jewelry box.
But did they just want you to be done and move on?
I think they do, because there's no music.
Well, there's a couple faint chimes in the background.
Those are things that you've already found.
Anyway, it sort of makes sense for it to be her husband, except that the killer was very clear about the name. Like, if he had... Because it's sort of a taunting crime, the way it's set up.
Right.
But if you're just trying to taunt the victim and the police, you wouldn't want to let them know who it is. You wouldn't want to taunt them with the name of the victim if you suspect that would lead them straight to you as the most obvious suspect.
Yep. But
A nosy old hag?
plus, this sort of feels like a crime of passion if it
I
was the
thought I was
husband,
coming on strong
and
with
that
ex-wife
didn't actually lay
Sometimes
out like
you
a
have to
crime
be
of passion.
firm to get the information you
Dunno.
need.
God damn it, ain't that the truth?
How about we drop in on the husband instead? See if your gut is right.
I'll take a bar over a husband every day of the week.
Think there's anything to the divorce angle?
I've been through 3.
It's him. The cop from the newspaper.
You're famous. So I watched the interview we apparently missed from the red lipstick case. Someone posted the missed content in the thread. Wow, that paints a totally different picture of the captain than we've seen so far.
Very true.
Um,
That was if we had pinned someone else? If we had pinned
no,
him?
if we had gone to the police station to interview Jacob before going to Alonso's place. What are we doing here?
I realized that I forgot to investigate the mailbox.
And you need to do that to know which room?
Apparently.
Got it.
Maldonado is in apartment 304.
Yes, game. I guess it makes sense that you would have to do that.
But still.
I don't remember hearing the chime go off when you went in the first time, but I might have just missed it.
This would be the second floor.
Yeah, I was going to say often the third floor is found up 2 flights of stairs. Unless you're in Britain.
Yeah, that's true.
Are we
That's
playing
probably what it
London Noire?
Phelps, this could turn ugly. Forget about knocking. Let's take our boy by surprise.
Hey, what the fuck?
LAPD, motherfucker, you're under arrest.
Look out behind you.
What happened to the guns that you had both just drawn? You can't grab them until they're almost down.
I know, but it's so much fun.
You lost your hat in like the very first punch of that fight.
I got 100 pounds for your wife now. Making it be so easy. Damn. They got some decent shots in there. Cuff these sons of bitches, Phelps.
This guy gets his ass kicked a lot.
LAPD, you two are under arrest. Call for some backup, Finbar.
Galloway, badge number 564. I need a prowl car at the apartment building 330 North Hill Street. 2 suspects need transporting to Central.
Your wife has been murdered, Angel.
Antonia? Oh, God, no.
Where were you last night, Angel?
I was here with my brother the whole night, goddammit! You think I'd kill my own wife?
We should get the whole place going over, then talk to the neighbors.
It doesn't. It just doesn't make sense for the husband to.
You don't call me Finbar.
Nice.
It doesn't make sense for the husband to kill his wife and then make it super, super easy to figure out who it was. Because, I mean, in this particular situation, who's going to call in a missing persons report if, you know, she doesn't turn up?
Yep.
I guess maybe the boarding house lazy is just nosy enough to do it, but... This is a place where if there hadn't been identifying evidence, who knows how long it would have taken to figure out who that was. Be on the lookout for Oxydol.
This will take some
Oxydol might get the blood out of the shirts.
I bet he works as a butcher or something. Again, that initial reaction read as very, very genuine. Who knows? He doesn't seem like a psychopath.
Just picked fruit market. I wonder if Angel gets all his groceries from this place.
I mean, it could just be a box that he uses to store beer in.
Maybe one of the neighbors.
Yeah, not that booze is outlawed at this point.
Yeah. Hey, he had a meat grinder, like, right there. Maybe he is a butcher. I don't...
What do you want?
LAPD. We're making some inquiries.
Make it quick. I work nights.
So you weren't home last night?
No, I was at work.
You know nothing about Mrs. Maldonado fighting with her husband?
Those two? They're always screaming the place down.
Thanks.
No good. There's nobody here.
Hey, sorry about that. I'm playing with my kids.
LAPD, were you here last night?
Yeah. My wife and I are separated, and I had the kids last night. I put them to bed early and went to bed myself.
Thanks.
So you don't want to ask him any questions?
Yeah, that was cute and weird.
Hello?
LAPD, ma'am. Did you hear a disturbance last night?
Yes. Yes, I did. Mrs. Maldonado lit out of here, and her husband ran out after her.
You saw this, Miss?
Aranda. I had the door open a crack.
Did you see Mr. Maldonado come back inside after he ran out?
No. I didn't.
Thanks. We'll be in touch.
Wait.
Kept thinking you were gonna call
With her
that
door
one.
open a crack, she'd be able to see the end of the hallway.
Big crack.
Executing restraint right now.
Big crack and also poking her head out into the hall. I mean, that might be a trivial detail. I don't know if it actually matters, but she could not have been peeking out and seen his door. She would have had to actually be out in the hall.
Can you drive to this one?
Fine. Where are we headed?
I'm like regular Encyclopedia Brown up in here.
Finbar was lagging.
Finbar was going to the front door where your car is parked.
Fair enough. Good stuff.
We sure didn't pause for a 2-day break in between that last second and this one.
Said the liar.
I'd pretend that you were hitting me right now, but on opposite sides of the country, so that wouldn't really make any sense. Just picked. Oh my god, I miss California fruit.
Shut. Great. We'll need to come back later, Phelps. Maybe somebody here saw Antonia the night she died.
Well,
This
that
is apparently how they handle what happens when you go to the place in the wrong order.
Yeah. So you just have to be psychic to know what the right order is, I guess, basically.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like they reward you for staying on the same thread all the way through and then hop into the next thread.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I also feel like they reward you for exploring all your options before you make a choice.
Yep. Well, it was like in Red Lipstick Murder, you missed an interview by not going to the bottom option first.
Yep.
The case just ended. That is a nice car. Is that what we were driving when we left the place, or did you just pick up a new one?
No, presumably that's the one that I stole.
Like from the fruit market? That's not the one you drove from the apartment in.
I thought it was. Wow, now you've got me questioning
I thought that was green. Well, maybe
the
there was a
default car
greater
is
disconnect than we realized.
What can I get you?
LAPD. Detectives Phelps and Galloway.
Oh!
Diego Aguilar. How can I help?
You worked the bar last night?
Yeah. Me and a temp guy from
Done.
the agency.
Did you have a woman in here last night? 21 years old, Hispanic, drinking heavily?
We have a lot of ladies like that in here. But yeah, I know who you mean. Antonia Maldonado. So what did she do?
She was murdered last night.
Oh, shit.
Do you know her well? Is she a regular?
Hell no. She was good and tight last night, complaining about her old man. It's a story you get used to working in a bar. She was so hammered last night, she left a letter on the bar. I'll show you.
Holy shit, it's the barman. It's not the owner. It's the barman. The one who moves between bars.
Wow. But this isn't the same bartender.
No, but there was a guy from the temp agency
No
there
need
last
to.
night.
She was shouting about it and waving the letter around. Said she was
Was
going
there
to
a
show him.
bar involved in the Red Lipstick Murder?
The guy at the barman at the tiki bar said that he goes around different bars around the city.
But what about the Red Baron one?
The Red Baron one?
Can you
Isn't that
remember
the
what
case?
jewelry
We've
she
done
was
3
wearing?
cases now.
She had
Was
a
there a
necklace.
bartender involved in all 3?
Some kind
No.
of religious thing, I think. The temp guy would have more of an idea. She took the beer he served her and cried into it all night.
What time did she leave?
Can't say for sure.
They're really pushing the temp bartender thing here, huh?
They are, yes.
Where did she go? Give me something or the LAPD will start getting interested in this place.
Take it easy. She wanted a cab, okay? And my phone was out of order. The closest one I knew was at the fruit market across the street, so I suggested she try there. She seemed reluctant.
Did Antonia say where she was going when she left?
She said she was gonna serve the papers on the husband. Said that would take the smile off his face. If you ask me, she was scared. And the drink was for Dutch courage.
She attract any interest?
An extremely drunk young woman? What do you think? She managed to scare them off, though.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
No problem. Hey, get the guy, will you?
We'll do our best. One last question. What size shoe do you take, Mr. Aguilar?
A broad 9. I have wide feet.
He's getting closer to the Columbo ideal, but he's not quite there yet.
So your theory is that Red Lipstick, the first case at Homicide, is tied to this one,
Yep.
but that
The
Golden
second
Butterfly, the second one, we think it was the husband.
I
but we
think it
pinned
was.
on
You apparently thought it was that random guy they brought up at the last minute.
Right.
But yeah, it could totally be not the bar owner, but the barman.
But why was the bar owner so suspicious?
I don't know. My only observation here is I bet it was the same guy at both scenes, and that can't be coincidental.
Say, honey, what time did you get off work and table?
Why did we come back in here?
Because there was nothing across the street.
He said he went across the street to the fruit market.
Payphone. Yeah.
Sir, do you work here?
Sorry, pal, just making deliveries.
From where?
Just Pig Fruit Market across the street.
A fruit market delivers here?
Yeah, sure does. The Mexes love a little slice with their tequila.
We found a crate a lot like the ones you're wheeling there, except it was filled with booze. You know anything about that?
What? No, we deliver all over the place, officer. No telling where the boxes end up. Excuse me, I have to get on with this.
Fine, thanks.
I'm really surprised he didn't insist on seeing inside the boxes being delivered just there. Okay, so I'm completely ignoring that, and I probably shouldn't. There's clearly something going on with the fruit market, but I don't understand what yet at all.
Yeah, me neither.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
Are there any messages for me?
Message from Captain Donnelly, Detective. Your presence is requested urgently at Central Station. A new letter from the Dahlia killer has been found.
Thanks.
What the hell?
A guy using a phone? Why, I never.
I'm sorry, sir. Police officer.
What are you doing?
This time it actually was an emergency, though.
And
I am needed urgently.
Yes, and your car was like probably a couple dozen feet away.
Feet away.
The letter was from a
Yes,
nut.
literally feet.
Yeah.
Letters? Brown and Hanson believe they are genuine. From him.
Now he sent another.
I really hate this fuck. This Black Dahlia guy. You seen the body? Fucking case just nods away to the guts. Every prom queen from every fucking hick town in America turns up here. Where do they end up? Gutted on the fucking sidewalk.
Metaphor.
Metaphor?
Yeah.
I don't think that
Come
was
out to
metaphorical. I
Hollywood,
think
you
he was
end up-
talking about the one that ended up
Captain
gutted
is
on the
waiting for you
sidewalk.
downstairs with Pinker.
Well, he said everyone
Well,
ends up gutted on the sidewalk.
okay. But I think the reason that was a potent thing to say is that it wasn't metaphorical.
Get out of my way.
You gonna go downstairs and see Donnelly or what?
Let me pass. I need to go back in the other direction.
This place is such a labyrinth.
Yeah.
She was 13 if she was a day.
Anyway, there are a lot of balls in the air with this case, and I'm not sure I've got a handle on everything.
Boys, come on in. Phelps, have you met Finis Brown?
Pleased to meet you, sir.
This information is confidential and doesn't leave this room.
The new letter was left in the back seat of a cab. The driver thinks it was put through the window and not left by a customer.
We're checking all the spares back 24 hours regardless.
Good.
Like the previous letters, it's been assembled from headlines and typed from the Times and Examiner, then glued to an envelope.
What is the other note?
This one? That's also new. A poem, hand-typed.
Do you mind if I take a look?
Go ahead. We've been over both documents pretty carefully. They've been wiped with gasoline, so there's no chance of prints.
That's the message from the Celine Henry case.
Maybe they are directly connecting their cases to the historical stuff.
Keep upon thy soul by virtue of this curse.
Well, it's not an acrostic.
Good first thought.
Unless the killer is trying to tell us
That's
that
why we
he
call it
bought
doing.
Kasbuga.
It's original?
Not unless he's a genius.
You like this nut job's poem?
No, I like Shelley. It was written at least 100 years ago.
Shelley. Sure, I knew that.
You see, Finnis? I told you this lad was a bright boy.
Sure, but what does it got to do with the case?
Prometheus Unbound. Prometheus was a titan, a superhuman character who defied the gods to bring fire to humanity.
The Dahlia guy believes he's Superman.
Your guess is as good as mine. One thing for sure is that he's educated. What about the link to the Henry case?
He could have got the wording from the papers. As you said, he is fiendishly clever and takes pleasure in taunting us. What's happening with the Maldonado case?
We have the husband in custody. We haven't interviewed him yet.
Well, upstairs then, lads, and see if we can break him.
So, before there was Google, there was smart people? I wonder what that time was like. That must have been interesting. I didn't get to grow up in that era, so...
I mean, frankly, it felt like...
Improved your attitude, Angel?
What do you want me to say? I was with Antonia the night she died, but she left the apartment. That was the last time I saw her.
So your wife paid you a visit last night. What time was that?
Late, around midnight, maybe. She didn't stay long.
So if you didn't kill your wife, who did? You better come up with something, Angel. This doesn't look good.
Fuck you. I loved my wife.
You're good, kid. You murder your wife and you just sit there as cool as a cucumber.
Rusty is participating.
You and your wife weren't getting along. She was divorcing you. Is that why you killed her?
We fought, yeah, but we weren't getting a divorce.
Really?
I don't believe you, Angel. She'd been granted a decree nisi. She pushed you too far, and you lashed out.
I told you. I wouldn't accept a divorce.
Except for that time that I accepted a divorce.
Yeah, we're just... I mean, I don't think divorce papers
The judge
prove
had
that
set a
you
date.
would.
You were going to be paraded in front of the whole city for your cruelty to her, Angel.
Antonia. Oh, Jesus. She came in drunk, out of her mind. She doesn't normally drink. She was looking around in her bag. Said she wanted to serve me papers. Me, her own husband. So I slapped her down. She ran out. That's the truth.
What size shoe do you wear, Angel?
Size 8. What difference does that make?
A lot of small-footed men in
When we found your
LA.
wife, her jewelry had been removed. Was she wearing her religious medallion last night?
Sure. She always wore that.
Truth. What could possibly be a lie about this?
I think you killed her, stripped the body of jewelry, and then
What?
went back to her apartment for the bracelet.
You should get a better hat. The sun is getting to your head.
But that...
I don't know what I'm doing here. What am
I also
doing?
don't know what you're doing. Yeah, back out of that, man. The game wants you to back out.
Looks like I was mistaken.
You just wanted to demonstrate what it's like
What
to
about
back
the
out of a
charm
lie,
bracelet?
because you've never done that
Is she
yet.
wearing that?
You know about that?
Yeah, that's
She
true.
never wore it. She didn't like the message. She kept it locked up in that box of hers.
Your wife has been brutally murdered. So how do you explain your shirt being covered in blood?
You found that?
I would have led with that,
I
actually.
cut myself shaving.
Yeah, bullshit.
Angel, I'm not gonna waste any more time on this. Give me something, or I'm gonna have you charged.
My brother, Ippolito, he said some bad things about Antonia last night. So I had to sock him one. We got into it.
Keep talking.
She said she came from the El Dorado bar.
And?
It's not one of my places. We used to buy fruit at the market down the street. But the creep there was always running his eyes all over my wife.
What's the name of this fruit market?
Just picked fruit. Ord Street downtown.
One last question, Angel. Do the words kiss the blood mean anything to you?
No. Sounds sick to me.
You're not in the clear by any means, Angel. You're going back into a cell. You should think about whether you have anything else you need to share with us.
Seems like it would be very simple to type the blood on the shirt, see if it's hers, his, or his brother's.
Thing was, he was a really nice guy.
Particularly since you have both him and his brother in custody right now.
That would require the
You
use
know
of
the way.
science.
You can drive.
And where exactly are we going?
Where the plot is. We tried to catch it earlier, but we were
What's
too
your
early.
read on Maldonado?
I still like him for it. Seriously, that line about the guy at the fruit market making eyes at his woman? We'll get to the market, and the guy behind the counter will tell us he saw Angel drag his old lady off it at night. This case will be shut like all the others.
So I'm getting confused about the timetable of last night. When was she... So she was at home, they fought, she ran off to the bar, she came back from the bar and tried to give him the divorce papers? I've lost track of when things happened.
Yeah, I'm a little confused
And also,
too.
just picked...
Because I thought... Yeah.
What?
I thought that she had tried to serve the divorce papers and then headed to the bar, but his comment...
Maybe, I don't know. It sounded like the barman was saying she was gearing herself up to do so.
No, you're right, you're right.
Sir, Wait, you look familiar.
Hey, from the bar, right? What brings you here?
LAPD, Detective Phelps and Galloway.
Clem Feeney. What can I do for you?
Did you happen to see a young woman last night? 21 years old, Hispanic?
Sure, she came by last night. Why do you ask?
The young lady arrived around midnight?
Yeah, something like that. Used the phone for a cab and then left.
Why is this shop open at midnight?
You already knew Mrs. Maldonado, didn't you, Clem?
Sure, I met her before. She seemed like a nice lady. Her husband went apeshit one day when he caught me talking to her. She hadn't been back until last night.
Where did she go from here?
She wanted a cab, but I couldn't get her one. I was about to offer to drive her, but a car pulled up and she got into that.
Can you describe the car?
Brown Ford Coupe, I think. She seemed to know the guy.
Yeah, because the bartender
She was
sent her
wearing
here.
a necklace?
I didn't notice.
You weren't paying attention, Feeney?
Hey, you're getting the wrong idea.
Exactly how much fruit do you sell here after midnight, Clem?
Look, not much. I sell the odd bottle on the side to the after-hours crowd. Look, I don't want any trouble. I'm just trying to make a buck.
Oh, so it's
Do
after
you mind if we look around?
curfew.
Why would you want to do that?
Because we say so.
I guess you can. Hey, don't you have to get a court order or something? I have rights.
Clem? Shh.
So she must have had the fight at home, then went to the bar, then the barkeep sent her here, and then she called the taxi but got in the car. So I don't think she saw Angel again until potentially much later or not at all.
Yep, that could be probable. Oh, and you're wondering whether... There's a lot of boxes. Maybe one of them has the charm necklace in it or something? That would be kind of random, I guess.
Are you working Friday night?
I had to go off on the tangent I was on earlier. No, I'm not. There's a cutscene. Okay.
No wonder he
I
stays
found a
open
back
late
room.
at night. People have to get their vitamins. Check through this stuff before we get back out there.
I miss California fruit so much. Even in the game, it looks good. We get some nice, like, apples and vegetables out here, but not fruit.
This thing needs a combination.
There's a farmer's market that delivers to our workplace. It's awesome. You can pay a set fee and they'll bring you seasonal fruits and vegetables every week. It's always different. You never know what you're going to get.
Dot pattern note. Wait. What?
Remember?
Yeah, I do.
From the crime scene? I actually did think that they were referring to dice when I saw them in the crime scene.
Yeah.
That was immediately what I jumped to, so when I saw this, it jogged my memory pretty easily.
Okay. I think we know why she didn't want to wear it. What, nothing on the back of that one? Hey Cole, how about the bloody shirt in the drawer?
Is that a thing?
Well, there was a bloodstained shirt in the drawer.
I cut someone who was already dead.
It's a typical power thing. Once the stiff is dead, the creep usually feels they can do whatever they like. Must have seen it during the war. This fruit skull punk gets about 10 seconds to explain before I pull his fucking arms off.
Clem!
So I'm thinking he's set up. What are you thinking?
Yes, that would fit the pattern, certainly.
But do you make it for Angel, or do you...
No, it's the
still
bartender.
holding on for the ball?
I'm thinking it's the bartender. The temp guy.
I'll try to shoot out his tires.
But is there anything that says that it wouldn't be Angel, except for the fact that from a storytelling perspective it'd be more exciting if it was the bartender?
The thing that makes it unlikely to be Angel is
when
his
we had
reaction.
the chance, we didn't know he was our guy.
He doesn't
Don't
seem
go to sleep
smart
on me.
enough
Get me back
to...
in close.
I don't know.
Strange that he'd leave a trail of blood right back into his own market.
Maybe he wanted to be caught. A lot of them do.
I like these chase sequences that go through
perfect, isn't it?
sort of
There's no such
scripted
thing as too perfect.
environments, as it were.
Hit him, Cole. Spin him out. Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires.
Hey! Rusty saves the day! Now, here's the question. Is he... Alonso Mendez apparently didn't say anything after being arrested. Is this guy going to say, I was set up, it wasn't me?
You're a sick man, Clem. You need help.
I don't know.
Outstanding job on this case, gentlemen. The poor woman can now rest in peace. I'll pay the fee in the personal visit myself.
They didn't even give us a chance to blame Angel.
Does not go unpunished.
I mean, after the
When they finish with
interrogation...
him at the receiving hospital, we'll have him up before the grand jury. I have a meeting this afternoon with the mayor lads. I'll be sure to mention your names. Now, on your way.
Seems like after our interview with Angel, Cole was coming down on the side of it wasn't him.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay, that was cute. Well, you did well in that case.
Thank you.
Okay, so we've now got two people who are way too easy, too convenient, that just kind of fell in. Oh shit, there's a cutscene, isn't there? I'll save my commentary.
Sarge, why are the guys giving it to the doggies? They're riding in trucks, numbskull, while you're marching.
They look pretty badly beat up.
Yeah, they do it then. Scuttlebutt says it's pretty hard going down south.
Well, we'll find out soon enough. Recon always leads. How can we fail, Skip, with the Shadow leading the show? Who the fuck is the Shadow? Lieutenant Phelps, the Shadow of Death.
What the fuck are you talking about?
He's a quiet fucker, Sarge.
Never hear the bastard coming.
You're sitting there, field stripping a cigarette, and suddenly he's there looking down on you.
Why do you think we keep saluting that Jap-loving son of a bitch? He's bad juju.
That's enough out of you three. Bad juju? Where were you dragged up? A swamp?
Okay, so we've got two killers now, basically, who are way too convenient. And, you know, it looks like they're really, really smart all the way up until they're incredibly stupid for no particular reason. And Cole's suspicious of them, and I'm suspicious too. The question is, why haven't either of them said anything? What is being held over them that is more fearsome than going down for murder?
Or maybe they're just stupid. Or maybe, you know, the game conveniently fades to black before you get a chance to do your investigation.
The game itself is corrupt, is what you're saying here?
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, the game doesn't want you to do it. The game says you need to stop this now. The game says you stop, or I'm going to need your badge and your Xbox 360 controller.
Your badge and your controller, sir.
Okay, let's leave further speculation in the next video. I think I might know what the title is.
Cool.